Morning all, Tuesday, new week, start of a new episode. Currently got a rainbow out there. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that. But anyway, new week, new beginning. Main priority this week is to find a substitute deal for the one that we were going to take on last week. We've given Reese the deal back. It was his deal. We were going to take it on because we raised the funds. Reese has now raised the funds, so he's going to be taking it on. We still want to get a deal done in Derby, ideally. So that is going to be a huge priority to try and find one. We now know pretty much what we need. We know it's going to have to go through planning. We know that we need it to be in an area where there's not as much concentration of HMOs. So we sort of know what the parameters are now. We just need to get something agreed. Alex, my business partner, has also got a deal in Nottingham, which he had raised the funds for, but his investors taking a little bit longer to get the funds out of their properties. So it might be a case where I jump in and help raise the funds for that one as well. We can do it together. So that might be something I need to focus on this week too. And then something that has actually come up over the weekend, which was a bit of a surprise, but I'm rolling with it. If you've been watching the videos, you'll know that I've been struggling with the rent-to-rent source and stuff. It's not really my preferred strategy. It was a strategy that I started focusing on when I knew that I was going to go full-time in property, just because I wanted that quick cash. But as you'll learn in business, I'm learning this the hard way. Easy doesn't always mean it's the right option. So rent-to-rent is the easier option when you compare it to selling buy-to-lets, HMOs, BRR deals, whatever you name it, flips. But because it's so low barrier to entry because of the lower costs, you also get a lot of newbies, and that's what I'm finding. And I'm finding that a lot of money is falling through, which is making it very unpredictable. Now, don't get me wrong, selling a HMO deal or a BRR deal or a flip deal there is still an element of unpredictability, but you know that if someone's good for the money, and the vendor's good to go, the deal can go through unless there's something big that pops up or it is a newbie investor. You pretty much know that the deal is going to go through. So having that unpredictability when you've just gone full time in something is not ideal. You need cash flow in to cover bills, cover whatever, cover business costs, and it just hasn't worked out. And not only that, it's not really something that I'm passionate about. It's not something that I really care about. I will be picking up a couple of rent-to-rents at some point, but I don't want to have the biggest rent-to-rent portfolio in the world. So it's not something that I'm super, super passionate about. And because of that, me and my coach, we had a conversation, and he said, you love social media, you're amazing at editing. I don't think I'm amazing, but he said, I'm really good. And he said, why don't you start offering some social media services? And I thought, you know what? That could work. So I'm just playing around with how I would do that, in what capacity I would do it. Would I help people editing? Would I help manage their socials? Would I even help like video and script? At the minute, this is just a very raw idea, and I will be keeping it very limited to like 1 or 2 clients just to cover bills. So then I can go back to just sourcing HMO and flip deals, which might take a little bit longer to get paid on. But more importantly, I'm looking at deals that I would take on. So the priority would be to raise the funds first. If I can't raise the funds, I would then sell it. And this shift would mean that I am fully aligned on just working on things that I'm passionate about and the things that I actually want to do for myself. Because over the last few months, I've been doing something that isn't really for myself. It's just for the money. And for any of you that are in a job or have got a part of your business where you're just doing it for money, you'll know it's not the most fulfilling or passion-driven tasks that you can do. And not to say that everything needs to be like that, but you know, when you're not making the money and you don't have the fulfillment from it, you need to have a look at it and think, is it really going to have a massive impact on the business? And is it going to take you to where you want it? If it is, and if it's just one of them tasks you have to do and just suck it up, then great, do it. But if it's not, then eliminate it. And that's what I'm doing with this. So yeah, that was something big that came out the weekend. I've already had a conversation with a social media agency who deal with some big clients, specifically in the property industry. and they're already looking to take me on, which will be pretty exciting. It will help me improve my own social media game as well, from analysing other people's content and developing my own. So, you know, this is a win-win. I'm going to learn, I'm going to earn, and I'm going to develop on my craft of content creation, because ultimately I do love it. Until I started content creating, I didn't think I was creative at all. The only thing I really thought I was maybe creative was when it came to business, having like little shops or side hustles, whatever. That was the only thing really that I thought I was creative with. Never anything actually artistic. And creating videos is an art, and I love it. So this is an opportunity for me to earn and do something that will develop a skill which itches that creative spark. So yeah, looking forward to that. That is something I'm going to be working on this week as well. This is a bit of a long clip now, but who cares? But yeah, busy weekend figuring all this stuff out. Going to be a busy week implementing it all. And as always, I will show as much of it as I can. Shout out to my girlfriend as well. She's got a new painting. I don't know if she's going to be selling this one, but you might have seen it all. You might have seen some of the artwork around the house. She does it all by herself. And that one she might be selling. So if you are interested in painting, please reach out. I hope she doesn't mind me shouting her out, but she's an amazing artist, and if you want some art, reach out. Afternoon team. So busy morning, been reaching out to landlords for some rent-to-rent stuff. We're actually going to go meet one today. Seems like a really nice guy. He's got a couple of properties, so we're going to go have a chat with him, see how we can help him and help our investors as well. So yeah, been a busy morning doing a lot of outreach, feeling on top of the world as well. I've already got an Instagram reel recorded. For those of you who don't know, I'm on Instagram. I post pretty much daily. Now, I've not had the best system in place for it for a long while, and it's something I've had to work on. But I'm finally getting to a point where, you know, I've got my content ready to post the day before. Most of it is batch recorded now. I've got to a point where I can do that, but the actual editing part, I delay sometimes. So yeah, I'm getting onto a good rhythm with that, which is allowing me to have more time. Who would have thought? So yeah, got that sorted this morning. Did some outreach. Gonna go meet this landlord, see what we can do. What's good, team? It is Saturday. So a lot has happened throughout the week, but I just haven't recorded since Tuesday. I was going to say I'm tired, but I wasn't tired. I was just lazy. But yeah, been a pretty decent week. We went and viewed those two properties, which we spoke about on Tuesday. Spent about 2 hours with a landlord that day. It was really good to, just speak to someone who's, a newer landlord, just got into property, sold his business, invested in property, and just speaking about all things property. Sorry, I've said that word about 5 times in like 30 seconds. But yeah, it was a good conversation. It's always good to be around like-minded people that are on the same sort of mission or trying to do a similar thing. So, the conversations went past what the intention actually was, which was for us to use his property on a rent-to-rent basis or sell the deal on. So yeah, good chat with him. We also have another deal which we should be posting out today. It is a rent-to-rent deal in North Yorkshire. It's a big old property. It's a 5-bed. So yeah, even though I said I'm going to be stopping the rent-to-rent stuff, I've now got some opportunities coming up, and yeah, look, if they come up, then great. I'm happy to sell them. But as I transition more into doing this content creation, social media managing, video editing venture that I'm doing, I'll probably tail that off a little bit unless the opportunities come to me. So yeah, that was another thing that we progressed this week. We did a trial video with, I mean, if you're watching my video, you've probably seen their videos. They're pretty big in the industry, but I'm not gonna mention who it is. But we've got a contract pending for that. That'll be the first client. If I can get one or two more signed up, that would be really, really cool. First week, get 2 or 3 clients. That would be nice. So yeah, we've progressed that this week. What else have we progressed? We've also progressed things with our JV partner. Even though the deal had fallen through, we told her about it and she's on board. I think it's actually alleviated a bit of pressure to get things done so quickly. So it gives us time to really go through, the ins and outs of this joint venture and how we are going to structure it and our roles and responsibilities and exit clauses and, everything that goes into it, because it's not a simple process. It is potentially simple if you're just loaning someone the money, but if you're actually creating a business, there's a lot more to think about. So that is something that we've progressed this week as well. And then just started reaching out to deal sources and agents down in Derby, Nottingham, where we're going to be doing our HMO project. As we do have a JV partner on board. We have raised £160,000 and we do want to get this project up and running. So we are moving fast with it. And, if someone can bring us a deal, then great. We're happy to look at it. I'm in a position now where I've got the funds, so we can do it. We can pay deal sources their fees. And if it allows us to get moving with deals quicker, then great. Because next year, we've got some big goals, big goals. I'll probably talk about that in another video, or maybe even a video of itself. But yeah, big goals for next year. So yeah, a lot of things have progressed this week. I just haven't necessarily been documenting it, which I am a little bit annoyed about. But at the same time, I'm still getting used to this content creation stuff. And I'm always thinking of like the task that I need to do first rather than getting out my camera. I'm sure that will become like second nature at some point. Maybe it won't, because it is pretty fucking weird to just pull out your camera randomly when you're doing stuff, but it is what it is. But yeah, looking forward to the rest of this weekend. I want to try and batch record as much of December's content as I can. Last month was the first month where I trialed batch recording and I did like 2-3 stints and I think it worked. This month I want to be a little bit more creative with some of the videos, not just the talking head stuff, but also batch record it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the creative side of things. And like I said in the first clip, like before I started creating videos, I never thought I was a creative person. So this is really, I'm in like uncharted territories, because I've never really gone down anything like that, gone down any sort of rabbit holes or routes where I'm allowed to be creative. So I do really enjoy it, but ultimately I still need to pay bills and stuff like that. So who knows, maybe once the property portfolio is booming and the businesses are all booming, I can just fully focus on creating the coolest content. But until then, we're being practical and we're doing what needs to be done rather than going above and beyond. A lot of content being recorded this week and preparing for next week.